Hi, my topic is self-care. Self-care is fundamental to everyone. It is part of self-regulation, the physical and mental process through which we create inner and outer balance. If we cannot self-regulate, we are prone to overwork, overplay, burnout, and unhealthy living. The lesson we learn to live by is that we must take care of ourselves before we can take care of anybody else. Do all you can to stay prepared mentally. First of all, your brain is part of the physical system, so if you don't take care of your body, your brain isn't going to work efficiently, especially when you are trying to do so many things at once. You want to cultivate mental energy for studying and learning. Students are encouraged to give themselves downtime to relax and rejuvenate, and this is particularly important to students in the field, that they can recognize when they are experiencing stress, how stress affects their daily function as well as the social work practice. The hope is that students will be able to implement a plan to alleviate the negative effects of stress they are experiencing. Burnout is a very, very serious issue among social work practitioners. Therefore, it is critical that social work students need not only recognize stress, but also take action when they are experiencing stress. Having a self-care plan can be an excellent source of support for students, and creating this plan can be a validating experience. Burnout is the condition of someone who has become very physically and emotionally tired after doing a difficult job for a very long time. Self-care is the necessary actions an individual must take on a consistent basis to address one's health and well-being. Examples of self-care include exercising regularly, eating properly and healthy, taking medications as prescribed, getting sufficient sleep, engaging in a hobby, being organized, maintaining good hygiene and grooming, delegate work at home and at work, social support, peer support, having fun, and doing something healthy that makes you relax, maybe like reading. The National Association of Social Workers identifies several reasons in the issue statement of its policy regarding why professional care is vital to the profession of social work. The policy states, professional self-care is an essential component in competent, compassionate, ethical social work practice, requiring time, energy, and commitment. Burnout is real and can be debilitating outcome of the professional stress of the social work field. Symptoms vary among individuals and stages of burnout may differ, but the most common symptoms include feelings of physical and emotional exhaustion. When this happens, the social worker's ability to do their jobs becomes compromised, and so does their physical and emotional health. Other symptoms could include irritable, rigidity, and lack of adaptability, as the social worker experiences a low tolerance of frustration. Caring for oneself while doing the hard work the social workers are called to do is important for the overall health of the social worker and the profession of the social work. It ensures that those called to the profession are able to maintain a practice and ethical standards that guide us and provide the highest quality of care to the clients and communities that we serve. The most successful antidote is preventive in nature and is ability to care for oneself. Self-care can be the combination of three processes: self-awareness, self-regulation, and a balanced connections between self, others, and the larger community. It's not hard to find lists of self-care strategies, and you'll find themes in all of them. Knowing what to do may not be the issue at hand, but actually taking the steps to prevent burnout may prove more difficult. To develop your self-care plan, you will identify what you value as part of your day-to-day life and the strategies you employ when or if you face a crisis along the way. There is no one-size-fits-all self-care plan, but there is a common thread to all self-care plans. Making a commitment to tend to all domains of your life, including your physical and psychological health, emotional and spiritual needs, and relationships. Some steps of the self-care plan can be: how do you cope now? What do you do for self-care now? The maintenance of self-care, adding self-care and eliminating obstacles. Emergency self-care, be prepared. Make a commitment to yourself. Preparing a plan is important. It identifies your goals and strategies to achieve them. However, your success in your plan is ultimately based on the level of commitment you make to your self-care. Share your plan. Follow your plan. My question is, what are some things that can happen if a social worker is burned out? Remember that self-care is always a work in progress.